hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to be making some Thai red curry noodles. It's super flavorful and super delicious, so I really hope you enjoy this recipe. Alright, so let's get into the ingredients. So first off, you're going to need 2 cans of this unsweetened coconut milk from Thai Kitchen. And it can be any brand, but I found Thai Kitchen and it's unsweetened and organic, so I got these. You're also going to need some red curry paste. This is also Thai Kitchen. You're also going to need some rice noodles. So today I got some brown rice noodles. I have some leftover rice noodles from white rice, and I'm going to use a mix of these to make our dish today. But you can use whichever one you find. Usually these are a little harder to find, but I usually find these all in the international aisle of my grocery store, H-E-B. You're also going to need some extra firm organic, not organic, tofu. Make sure it's extra firm, otherwise it's really going to fall apart while you're cooking it, so that's super important. Veggies. I got some carrots that I'm going to cut up. We got some peppers. Really any veggies you have you can use, but that's all we're going to need. So let's get started. Alright, so time to cut up some veggies. So as you can see, I'm cutting up some mini sweet peppers. So I have multicolored sweet peppers that I'm cutting up here. I'm also cutting up some carrots, but honestly, you could use any vegetable you like. I like to throw in broccoli quite often. You could throw in cabbage, throw in some spinach to get your greens in, but you're gonna need about 2 cups of vegetables, so choose whatever you like, honestly. I think last minute I threw in some green bell peppers just to add some more bulk to my noodles, but you can add anything you like. Alright, so next up we're going to want to cook our noodles. So I did 1 package of noodles, I did half a package of brown rice noodles and half a package of white rice noodles, and I just cooked it up until the noodles got pretty soft. I didn't let them get too soft though because I didn't want my noodles to be mushy, so just stop cooking the noodles as soon as it gets soft. Alright, so time to press the tofu. So I'm going to put a paper towel down on the tofu, I'm going to put a glass container on top, and I'm just going to let all the water be soaked out. Alright, so next I'm cutting up the tofu into little blocks. Doesn't need to be perfect, just little cubes, as square as you can get them. So I'm going to drizzle some oil in the pan, I'm going to add my tofu, and then I'm going to cook up my tofu in the oil just so it gets a little nice and crispy. You don't need to cook it too long, just enough for it to all be cooked and for it to get a nice golden brown color on the outside, like so. Alright, so in the same way, I'm going to cook up my veggies. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil, I'm going to add all of my veggies into the pan, and I'm going to saute the veggies until they're cooked all the way through. Some veggies will take longer than others. The carrots I know take a little bit longer, but just keep sauteing them until they're all the way cooked, and yeah. So once the veggies are cooked all the way through, you can add in the tofu and mix it all together. Alright, and as usual, another drizzle of oil, and then I'm going to add our 2 cans of coconut milk. So as you can see, I'm adding the first can, and then I'm adding the second can of coconut milk, and then I'm just going to mix it all the way through so that any chunks or coconut cream inside of the milk just melts all the way through and it becomes a nice milky liquid. Alright, so now for the most important ingredient of our sauce is our red curry paste. So for 2 cans of coconut milk, you're going to want to use the entire bottle of red curry paste. So I'm just emptying it out here. And I'm going to also add some salt. I'm also going to add some black pepper to taste. So I'm just putting a lot of black pepper in there. So you can see the sauce is nicely coming together. It has a nice reddish tint to it. And slowly it's going to boil, and all the flavors are really going to get into that sauce, and it's going to be delicious. So now I'm going to add the sauce into the veggie tofu mixture so that it can nicely absorb the flavors of the sauce. So as you can see, the veggies and the tofu have nicely absorbed the flavors of the sauce, and we're just about ready to add our noodles in. So now I'm adding the noodles in. I'm kind of just like stringing them out so that they aren't clumpy by any means, and I'm just spreading them out across the pan, and then I'm trying to mix them into the sauce without breaking too many of the noodles. So I'm patiently mixing and mixing and just trying to get that sauce to incorporate with the noodles and helping it slowly come together. So I'll usually add a little bit of sauce at a time just so that I can slowly incorporate the mixture instead of dumping it all in at once. But that really helps, everything come together and mix nicely. And last but not least, just to add a little bit of sour tang to it, I'm squeezing some lemon juice. And that's it. You're all done. So I added some cilantro on top just so it looks beautiful, but it tastes super, super good. So I would definitely recommend you try it. So we gotta do a taste test. Let me know how you think it is.
All right, let's do this. Blowing on it because I don't want to burn my tongue. Mmm. So delicious.
Alright, so that's a wrap. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my blog.